Hey guys, it's ST. Getting a little bit of wind outside, so just watching some of the data coming in off the computer. Down here on the bottom is the Missouri Wind and Solar Freedom 2 dual 24 volt. And this reading up here, this is information off of the little Belgrade Mini setup, axial. So we'll just do a little comparison here and see what happens. Batteries sitting at 27.7, and I got the winds coming in out of the southwest. I've had gusts around 14-15 mile an hour. So let's see if we get any kind of input. I'm getting a little bit of input there off of the Belgrade. The Freedom, I found something built up inside the shaft area. You got it cleared out a little bit and spun it. It was making a rubbing sound up like in 1 and 2 o'clock inside the housing. But anyway, I got it cleared out. It's spinning okay. There's another little wind gust coming in. Had like 1.2 on the Freedom and 5.1 on the Belgrade. It shows you the difference of the two inputs. The Freedom's got the big 80 plus inch Falcon blades on it, and the little Mini's got the smaller diameter ones. I think they're like 74 or whatever's on their ads. So just doing a little comparison, actually watching the data. I've got the windscreen that goes to my weather station sitting here so I can watch the wind direction. Anything out of the south is clean air coming in. If it goes a little bit to the east, then it comes over the top of the house and gets to the wind generator. If it comes out of the west, it goes right past the Freedom straight into the Belgrade, so it gets to the Freedom first. There's 3.4 on the Mini. 800 milliamps off the Freedom. 7 amps to the Belgrade there. Good a little bit. A little bit's better than nothing, huh? It's kind of boring just watching the data. Next 3 days, I guess we're starting to get a little bit of winds in here between, I think they said 10 and 20 miles an hour. I'm still working with that power curve for the Mini. It's getting better each time I adjust it. About the shaky motion there. I need to get a camera stand or something. Find some way of propping this up and just recording it for like a half an hour or so. That would make for one boring video. But both the wind generators are up on 20-foot pipe. I got ground earth anchors down in the ground, concreted in, and some of them I've got additional 4x4 posts that are set in the concrete, so everything's pretty well stable. Haven't had any really high winds. But what I'm shooting for is trying to find a wind generator that'll give me some power in the everyday winds. Now the little Belgrade Mini is an experimental setup. It's only got 7 7/8 rotors on it, and the magnets, they're only 49 pound pull. Now most guys that make an axial, they're using 72, 80, up to like 90, even 100 plus pound pull magnets on them, and you can get some outrageous power. But doing an axial, you can actually custom make your setup so the size of blades and your tail and everything is going to match what kind of conditions you're in. Now here I'm in the city, winds come over the top of the roofs and stuff, and I got my poles up high enough to where it's just barely clearing a lot of the roofs. 20 feet up. Inside the city you might not be able to get up way up in the air, 30, 40, 60 feet, whatever the heck it is. But you're dealing with what you've got, to work with. So what you end up trying to do is just build a setup that's going to give you as much power as you can possibly get in your wind conditions. We don't get super strong winds like 30, 40, 50, 60 miles an hour. You want to wait for a storm like that. You'll get power maybe once, twice, maybe 3 times a year. Your everyday winds is what you want to try to build your setup to work in. It's anywhere between 5, 10, 6, maybe 15 mile an hour wind. Okay, and then you get you an axial. Like I say, I think that's the best way to go. I've tried making VOTs and all sorts of setups. I've been experimenting with this for quite a while. It doesn't make me a tech just because I've been working with it a little bit. I'm not certified in any of this stuff, so when you call somebody and they say they're a tech, you might want to question, okay, how'd you become a tech? Did you go to a school, or is it just something you've done? It's a lot of things to think about when you start getting into this. I'm showing some of the boring time where I've got no wind, nor the battery voltage is up high enough that the wind generator's not cutting in yet. Right now it's spinning up, it's making about 29 volts. That's the reading over here on the far right side, right there where my finger's at. Once that input exceeds the whatever the battery voltage is when you start making power. So now the blades are pretty much free spinning until they get up to that point. Now we got a little bit of 8.2 amps in the Mini and nothing in the Freedom right now. Let's drop down to 1.5. Yeah, 400 milliamps on the Freedom. But anyway, I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to go outside and just show the setup again. Another little discussion I'm going to bring up. And 4.9 there. Not a whole lot of power, but it's keeping my batteries topped off. Alright guys, we'll catch you a little later on. Have a good one. Hey guys, it's SD again. Just a little bit more data watching time here. Down here in the bottom is the Freedom 2 dual 24 volt setup going into one of their charge controllers. This is a little mini wind generator I got going into the Classic. We're getting some winds 8 to 17 mile an hour now. Again, this is inside the city. You got dirty wind. But let's see if we can see what kind of inputs compared between the two of them here. Got 800 milliamps into the little one, 1.9. Nothing into the Freedom yet. Oh, we got a little bit now. I got like 1.5 or something like that, and I got 4.4 in the end of the mini. A little bit of difference there. Just waiting to see if results. And right now that was a 14 mile an hour gust coming straight out of the south. .7 on the little one, 9.1 on the little one, 5. I got 6 point something on the other one. So hopefully you guys can see that in this camera. I gotta quit moving around here. You can see the difference in the two. It's right there on the screen, so I shouldn't have to call it out. Sorry about the camera action here. I'm moving here straight. Yeah, definitely need a camera stand so I can watch this. Yeah, quite a big difference in input between the two. Had a brief gust of 19 mile an hour that time. Dropped down to 9 mile an hour right now. Wind's coming from the south-southwest now. That was 12 mile an hour. Yeah, if you listen, you can actually hear the wind outside. The camera that is hooked up to this charge controller actually picks up the audio of the wind going by the building outside. .3 on the Mini, 5.4, and just like a 1.5 I think on the one on the bottom. Mini's still putting out. Freedom's not putting out anything. Now they're back to 0. Again, the Freedom's got the bigger Falcon blades on it, and the Mini's got the smaller blades on it. Both of them each have 5 blades on them. I wouldn't mind doing a comparison and just switching both of them over to 3 blades each, but I don't have the rotors for them, so I'll have to come up with something else. Now this is closer to like a little bit better than everyday winds. It's a little bit stronger, about another 5 or 10 mile an hour stronger. It's had a gust up to 16 miles an hour there, but it didn't pick up on anything. I think that's my wind speed's a little bit delayed, so that was probably when this one was at 4 point or 5 point something, and this was at 1.5, whatever you seen on the screen. Right now it's recording 8 mile an hour wind. Excuse me. Let's see if I can move this weather station over closer to where you can see it. Might have to try to hold it here or something. Alright, yeah, this one shows the weather gust that just came through was 14 miles an hour out of south-southwest. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the charge control on the bottom, it controls the Freedom. In the ads that I saw on it said that the cut-in speed was 6 miles an hour, so let's wait and see what happens at a 6 mile an hour. We're at 13. There's no power. So I don't know, maybe I was mistaken when I read the ad, but I'm just showing you what I'm getting here. That's 13 mile an hour wind. Nothing. 8.7 amps on the other one. That's 13 miles an hour. The other one's making 8 point something. That one was a 18-mile-an-hour gust. Let's see if I can do it this way. You can actually watch the wind speeds at the same time. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm trying to situate this camera so you can still see the wind speed changing. Hopefully that'll work. Won't know until I review the video before I post it on YouTube. I know when you come off the side a little bit, then the screen looks a little clearer. Let me see if that... Yeah, no, if I tilt the camera to the side, it's a little different. So maybe you can still see the wind speeds and the direction. And 9-mile-an-hour wind. I'll give it a couple of seconds, and the actual wind speed will show up. It's a couple of seconds, like I think maybe 3 or 5 seconds late. Yeah, it was 14 miles an hour. I hit 9.9 on the Mini. Yeah, sorry guys. I know it's real boring watching data, but kind of let you know what you're actually going to be getting, or what you got to try to work towards. And again, this is not some wind generators is way up in a tower. This is in the city where most people are just buying something to try to help out with their power. Not the cleanest of wind, but still the wind is being measured at where the wind generators are at. So it's hitting the blades, it should be spinning them. Batteries are at 26.3. I'll try to catch you a couple more gusts here, and then we'll stop this. Throw this on YouTube and see what you guys think. The only thing I'm trying to do is basically get the most amount of wind output from whatever type of wind generator I'm going to use. Oh, it's 12 miles an hour. So yeah, that's the kind of wind I get. It goes up and down. It's like a roller coaster. 8.3 on the mini. It's a 19-mile-an-hour wind. Nothing on the bottom one. Still 3.6 on the mini. It's 14-mile-an-hour wind on that one. Still coming out of the south. Now it's switched over to the west. That should get to the Freedom first and then come through the Freedom and get to the Mini. You look at that, it's straight out of the west. That's a 12-mile-an-hour. Still coming out of the west, 12-mile-an-hour. This is a perfect example of what you're going to get inside the city. So you can choose what type of equipment you want to use. I don't have any other companies' wind generators to do a comparison. This is just all I've got. So all I can do is show you the actual input results using this little setup here. Now the wind's out of the south-southwest. Alright guys, well let me go ahead and stop this. It's getting kind of hard to hold this thing up. That just gives you some real-time data from the two different wind generators that I have currently. So we'll see y'all later. You can make your own conclusions of the results. We'll see you guys.